Good day to you, Cancer. Welcome to Meenakshi Tarot. This is a general reading for the last week of July for Cancer. So, Cancer, just take what resonates with you, and if any part of this reading doesn't seem to fit or resonate with you, please look at your moon, your Venus, and your rising. So, let's see. I'm doing a little bit of a different spread today for you, Cancer. And we're going to see where this leads us to. What is the message? What is the empowerment message here for you, Cancer? So you've got the Seven of Wands that came up first. And then here you've got the Eight of Wands. You've got the King of Pentacles. So we see that some of you are going through a situation where there has been a bit of defensiveness in your life. And some of you may also be feeling as though you need to keep standing your ground, especially with regards to messaging, because it could be this seeming delay with regards to messaging that is coming is not forthcoming towards some of you. You've been waiting for a long time for all of this to happen. And we see with this waiting of the messaging, this goes here, waiting for the messaging. We see that there's also this level of complacency where you're being very cautious and very defensive about things, but there's the reality that you are in a situation that requires you to be a little bit risky. You don't need to be so complacent and so stuck and not wanting to move forward. We do see that some of you are going through this phase of feeling as though things are not working out for you, almost as though it's a case of dreams not working out for you, hopes not working out for you. And sometimes this can happen when we're feeling disempowered, when we're feeling as though people are not listening to us, when we're feeling as though our wishes are not being granted. And it's very easy for us to get caught up in this trauma of feeling left out and misunderstood. However, I don't see that as being very much the case for where you are at in your life. It's more that, there's a lot of opportunity for you, and you could very well be the person that is holding yourself back or being unrealistic in your hopes and dreams. And also there's also this necessity to not feel, or rather feel is the wrong word, but not to become unrealistic in your expectations, because I see that a lot of you have gone through a lot of issues where you get to stand your ground and you're realizing that there's a lot of support around you, you have a lot of safety nets, you've learned a lot of lessons, and it's like really a good place to be in as you are moving forward with your life. And there's a lot for you to enjoy. You're feeling quite, accomplished in many ways, but with this accomplishments, it's almost a case of you can't sit on your laurels. You can't be so complacent and think that this is it. You need to pause for a moment, yes, enjoy where you're at, take stock of your situations, and then you can decide from there. And I see that there is this transformation energy here with the Death card. That is also Scorpio energy. This is Scorpio, we're looking at Aquarius energy coming through here. So you've got this situation that is requiring you to change the way you are viewing things, to go down to a root level. Some of you could even have a relationship or a family situation where you need to really maybe resurrect the love situation or try to fix something, or just try to go back to the basics of what is important and realize that if you can find the importance and the revival in your situations, in your close relations, you can actually lift yourself up from the darkness that is surrounding some of you. We see that there is this need for you to fill yourself with a lot more love, to treat yourself with love and kindness, and also to look at the opportunities that are presented to you, Cancer. Some of you could be becoming very complacent, very melancholy, feeling very sorry for yourself, and not seeing all these opportunities that are there for you. Some of you may be wanting to express love to others. You may be looking to be in a loving situation, a loving relationship, doing things, and just having a little bit of fun in your life. But there isn't the smooth flow. You are operating from almost a place of complacency and expecting the smooth flow to happen towards you. And even though there has been a delay in messages for some of you, there is still this contentment as you wait in silence. Because that once the messages come through, there's going to be a lot of change in your life. So we see that coming through, changes coming through for you. So let's see what else we've got coming up here. We see that A lot of you needing to make some decisions. You know, there's a lot of situations that are unfolding for you, Cancer, that could be rushing towards you. There's a lot of change required of you. There's a lot of good things required of you. Some of you could also be finding yourself in the situation where you need to take, even though there's this lack of information that's been forthcoming, you need to rise up above the situation with this King of Swords energy and make some decisions for yourself, make some righteous decisions for yourself as you move forward. And some of these decisions that you do need to make for yourself is going to be, you're going to feel almost as though you need to make a lot of choices on your own. There's a lot of decisions that you have to make, even though, you know, you could be feeling a bit left out, but you don't need to feel left out, because you do have support around you. You do have a lot of good fortune around you, Cancer, and you just need to reach out and know that you're not alone and that you have people there for you. There's always that ray of hope that's shining through the window for you. You just need to recognize. We do see that there has been this failure to start something. It could be like a business situation, a business opportunity that has failed to take off for some of you. It could be, you know, a project that you may have been a bit unrealistic in your expectations and your hopes of realizing it. It's something that was a dream for some of you Cancerians. So it was a very focused idea that you had. And this realization is that this just did not take off. Some of you could be in a family situation as well, or relationship, which you are hoping, you know, it's going to yield you some positive results. So you need to be mindful that you need to be really realistic in the way you approach things. I see that there's this defensiveness because there's been some deceit and dishonesty in the past in your situations. So you need to just be aware of that, about this dishonesty and this lack of awareness, lack of understanding. Some of you could have been a victim of slander, or you yourself could have been involved in a situation which caused you to be so defensive, looking for support from others because you have been dishonest in the way you've conducted yourself in certain situations. You need to reflect on the way you have behaved in certain situations. You need to understand whether you were the cause or whether you were the effect with regards to your behavior in certain situations. We see that some of you are coming into some form of inheritance, some form of family inheritance. Some of you are coming into some form of a collective situation where financially, you know, there's this transformation that's bringing change to you financially, and it's also improving the quality of family life, where there's a lot of happiness and a lot of joy. It's almost as though you can say there's a lot of generational happiness coming through in this reading. But there's also this tied up complacency with this devil energy, that is Capricorn energy, to be tied up to behaviors that are not always very good. It could be very addictive behaviors. It could be very self-absorbed, selfish behaviors, or blinding yourself to others but only thinking about yourself, and getting caught up in sort of a narcissistic way of thinking. So be very mindful of this, Cancer, you know, because everybody, we have the light and we have the shadow selves. So you got to be careful with the shadow self, that, you know, you're not allowing that to take over the light that is you, and not allowing the negative thoughts, negative emotions to flow through and to create any kind of situation for you. So I'm going to draw a few more cards here. Let's see what do we have from the Energy Oracle for you and how this is going through. Some of you could be dealing with the love situation, with the family situation, with the relationship situation. So let's get some clarity when it comes to relationships for some of you and what is happening in your relationship situation. It's almost as though it's just, the reading is just kind of skimming over that. So I'm going to just get a bit of clarity. Some of you are very involved in community involvement, in situations where there's other people, where there's a lot of fun, a lot of joy in your life. So the focus on one-on-one relationships is not a priority for you in this last week of July, but more in group activities, collective activities. We see you wanting to follow your higher calling. We see you wanting to be very clear and decisive about your path. Some of you could be embarking on a more spiritually aware self. And that's an amazing place to be in, to allow yourself the spiritual awareness. We see that you have put in a lot of work and effort, and you can actually see the success that you are achieving. And it's almost a case of, you know, getting into this headspace of realizing that You have what it takes to be a success, and you need to just, own your truth in your situations. And you need to start to be very grounded in what it is that you want and where it is that you want to be in. So let's see the message from Sacred Traveler for you, Cancer. What is the message Sacred Traveler has for you? Okay. Sacred Traveler, what is the message for Cancer? View from above. So it's very important that you take a step back from your situations and have a look at what is happening. Get the bigger picture and realize that you are a beacon for others. Within your circle, there are many people that look towards you for your wise counsel and for your direction. So you need to be very courageous in your efforts and realize that you need to take action and be purposeful with this action that you are taking. Very often we allow ourselves to do things for the sake of doing it, and you just need to step back. You need to step back and get a bigger picture, like zoom out of your situations, look at the bigger picture, and realize the effect and the effect that you are having on those around you, Cancer. It's very important that we see and recognize the roles that we are playing with regards to other people and the effect it has on other people's lives. So let's see what is the message from Starseed for you. Breath of the cosmos. Okay, this is an interesting. My will to thy will. Micromanaging the universe, and this is very important for you right now to understand that you cannot always be wanting to control the outcome of every situation. Things are not always going to happen the way you want it to be, and you need to realize that. You need to realize the truth in that situation. Sometimes you rely too much on yourself and the way you think of a situation and the way you think the outcome should be, and you end up forcing issues. You end up pushing past other people's boundaries instead of getting in touch with your own emotional intelligence and relying on your own personal strength and your own personal growth. Emotional intelligence is something that many of us overlook. We tend to stay stuck in a childish behavior, in a childish way of thinking. And this is what you need to rise above, Cancer. You need to be, surrender to the greater purpose of life. And really understand that as you allow yourself to grow emotionally, you literally take part in this dance for the rest of your life. You have the rhythm, you have the step, you know exactly what it is that you need to do. So instead of getting caught up and being negative and not wanting to be part of the program, so to say, open yourself up to the universe and say, please use me. Please show me how I am best able to use my skills and my task. Please let me live my best authentic life. And this is what is important. You need to surrender yourself to the will of the universe and relinquish this need to always control. Release this way of thinking. That means that release this way of wanting things to be done your way. Release this way of, and just let go of thinking that you know what's best. Allow the universe, allow your higher power to dictate, and allow your higher power to use you for the betterment of mankind. So Cancer, I hope you guys have enjoyed this reading. Until next time, please take care and goodbye.